Hey, yeah. You know what? Hey, there is nothing like a classy clap back.
Ooh, girl, have you heard? What? Oh my gosh. Let's talk about it. Now let's get chatty, 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 chatty. Let's talk about it.
Tabitha Brown is an American actress and social media influencer. She has over, I think, 4 million followers on TikTok and like 3 million on Instagram. But she did a classy clapback on Wendy Williams.
So what did Wendy say? She was saying that if she retired her husband, there's still gonna be problems because she'd been through that stage where she was working and she gave the man kind of a break and took over the finances and of course let him have his businesses in a marriage. I guess turmoil arose in the marriage. So that's what she was saying on top of that. She was like, I detect that.
Do y'all want to watch it? Have you seen it? Everybody seen it? Oh, you gonna play it? I can pull it up.
She was saying there's still gonna be
play it.
troubles in their marriage.
Let's play it so we can hear it. While she's pulling that video up, well, we gonna give a little shout out to where we got our outfits from because, honey, we be spinning them queens. We be spinning them queens. I get this outfit from Kato, and it's like a blue jean, kind of like airy, split up the legs jumpsuit, very thin, very comfortable. It's so comfortable. I think it was like $35, I think, $34.
Okay, so I've never bought anything really in Walmart as an adult. And I went in Walmart some weeks ago and I just had a random rack sitting in the aisle, and I walked into the aisle and they had a whole bunch of things on clearance for $3. I got this from Walmart, my local Walmart, for $3, and of course I'm rocking a few things that don't belong to me. Walmart.
But there's this woman, her name is Tabitha Brown. Oh, you know her? Clap if you know her. Okay, good. I don't know her. Well, she's an influencer and she's saying that she's retiring her husband. He's been a police officer for 15 years and he wants to live out his dreams. Take a look.
I have said to him, babe, it's time. It's time. It's time for him to dream again. It's time for him to think like a child and think, ooh, when I grow up, what do I want to be? And it's something else. It's time for a new journey, a new chance at life, right? And God has blessed us. He has blessed me that I can retire my husband.
Nope. I was married to one of those. You know, I make the money and so on and so forth. Go live your dreams, buy a business, you know, stay with me, but go. You see how that turned out. I predict that this marriage is gonna be on real rocky ground in a moment. Live your dream. Then they invest in stuff and they lose the money. And then they invest in something else and the money gets swindled or stolen. Then they invest again, then he comes home and throws his bag down. And he's like, and she's like, what? And he's like, I can't do this. And this is your fault. You know, you're over here making all your money and stuff. You had me quit my job and I can't find my live like a child. No, but you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, no, you work. Being a cop was a big part of his identity.
And I think Wendy's assuming that she's taking him away from what he wants to do and taking away the man's identity. That's what I'm thinking.
But how are you taking someone's identity if you're
As a
giving them money
provider.
if you're giving them money to go start a business, or if you're investing in, if you together, y'all is one anyway. So if you're investing in his dream and he wants a business, a certain specific business, how are you doing that?
But I think she probably thinks that she's forcing him to leave the job, because Tabitha said, what woman doesn't want her man to not be in the way of danger?
Okay.
I don't know.
But Tabitha said that her husband wants to do other stuff.
There's other things he wants to pursue,
Yeah.
and she's saying, okay, I'm looking at our bank account, I'm looking at this. It sounds like she's like collected. She's got the facts. She knows what she's looking at. Now it's time. You've been wanting to do this for so long. We got the money right. Whatever, the timing is right. Now is the time to do it. Let's do it. Retire. I will back you. I got your back. I got the money to back you, baby.
But I think Wendy was speaking from her experience.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, he's going to invest in this and somebody's going to swindle the money. Like, some people make smart investments. People study stuff for a long time before they make investments. So I think Wendy was just speaking from her experience. And she's not very,
She would sound like she was giving us a peek into behind
What
those
happened?
doors when she was married. He came home, he dropped the bag. I was like, he blamed it on her because he couldn't do it.
you made me quit my job.
Yeah, I thought that's what that was. But I love her comeback. Her clapback was so classy.
Elegant.
I think her response was more like informative too, because you really didn't have a lot of information compared to the first video, because I hadn't saw the first video. So compared to the first video, she gave you a little bit more depth to what was going on between her and her husband. So when you knew a little bit more information, you was like, okay, this is an agreement that they had. They're unified in this.
Right.
She ain't just tell him, I want you to go quit your job because I don't want you in danger. It's like, but I want to do this. No, it was something that he wants to do. So,
And he's been wanting to do so.
And I think as a wife, because a lot of people look at the man as the sole provider. The man should always be the provider. But I think it's honorable as a woman to be able to even have that ability, knowing that you have all these different streams of income. She's doing multiple things. Even her, so mind you, she has all these different streams of income coming in.
Yeah.
So I think that's honorable as a woman, that you're able to be like, okay, we can stand to not have this source of income coming in because I'm going to cover it.
many people would disagree.
I think in a traditional sense, the man does provide if you're traditionally speaking. But then I feel like sometimes in relationships, there's usually always somebody who makes more than the other. Even if it's $5 more, somebody's always gonna be making more than the other, or more, most of the time anyway. And if that main breadwinner is like wanting to do something, say, hey, I'm gonna work, and you launch, and then now I'm gonna launch, and you work. Roles gonna reverse. Let's see how we go from here. Let's give this 5 years. See how it takes off, and if this doesn't work in 5-10 years, whatever, you kind of gotta have a plan with it and be strategic in it. Say, okay, it's taking off. Now, can we do it? You looked at the you looked in the bank, you looked at the numbers, you see the papers.
That's
like,
pretty.
let's do it.
That's awesome to have someone that supports you while you pursue your dream. And then once you get it to a certain position, you're like, well, I'm comfortable. We can support the expenses while you pursue your dream. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome.
So today I was looking on the internet and it was saying, well, could she actually afford, this is her net worth, and could she afford to retire him? And my opinion on that is, what you feel is living comfortable isn't what others define as living comfortable. What you feel like you should have extra in the bank is different from someone else's definition. They may not be, they may be frugal. You don't know how people live. They may not need all of this, what you feel like you need.
Right.
And who cares about what they have? Like, why are you worried about what they do?
Digging in their piggy bank.
I was like, this is like a little bit too much that people want to know her net worth.
Yeah, it is. And I think, somebody may be like, well, all we need is an additional $5,000 a month, or versus somebody, all we need is $100,000 a month. You know, there's a different dynamic there, and if you, hey, more power to you, honey. I think it's great that you can support. I feel like that's a good definition of support and backing. And leaning, you know, you can lean, okay, I can lean on you, honey, while I do this.
That's probably also for the relationship. I really liked it because there was two things that when she responded, two things that really stood out to me. One, she said the job was almost kind of like, I'm just putting it in my own words and summarize it, was almost like suppressing the creativity because you're so busy having to go run the job, go do the job. It takes a lot of time of your day. So, and I'm pretty sure you probably run a lot of hours being a police officer, but probably suppresses some of the creativity. So when you have creativity, you have the funds there, it kind of allows you to be able to be creative. And the more you're creative, the creativity kind of flows. Yeah, you got that time, you got that,
you begin to tap into like that stream of creativity, and I think that it's awesome because when you are working full time and you do have something that you want to do, it does take away that creativity because you be exhausted, or you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, you can't fully function and think the way you want to because you got to go to sleep soon, or you got other deadlines you have to meet, whatever the case may be for you. And when you have that, when you free up your time, you do have that time to sit there and be like creative, or go make collabs, or have set up meetings and go see things that inspire, that will get you inspired. You have that time to do that now.
Another thing she said was they put God first in their marriage.
Now that was a check.
I
put God first. She didn't say like that, but
Girl.
And then she said, and this has been, what did she say, 25 years? Girl, honey, we've struggled, honey.
Like
we've been at the bottom. We've had it when we didn't have any money, honey. We're getting somewhere. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I push my husband to go and do what makes him happier? What fulfills his purpose? Like, ooh.
Man,
because she said he wanted to work with boys, so that's purpose driven.
That's like, man, I think so many times in life we are on a path, and then sometimes our path there's a fork in the road, right, and it splits, and you have to be reassigned to something in life, and you have to leave this thing and go here, and you take that split, and it's not that you weren't fulfilling purpose all those years, but things split and there's a new assignment. Just as if, hey, my favorite color, I don't think will always be this favorite color, but right now, or this is where I am right now. I'm in kindergarten right now. I finished high school, we'll graduate. Okay, we're going on to college. Now you move into a career. Things do shift. Reassignments happen in life. You may not always be
career moves.
Yeah, things, I'm just reassigned right now.
That's honorable. I love it. I'm with you, girl.
Yeah, what you doing? I'm a mom.
High five, girl.
I know. I wish all the best to them and to their marriage, and they've been in it a long time and they've been rocking. I think that it says something when you build together. Sometimes people wait until they get their money right. People do it differently. Everybody, they wait till they get their money right, they wait to get their house or car, whatever, then they want to get married. And some people want to build with somebody,
right?
But hey, we gotta sleep in this 1-bedroom apartment till we purchase our house or whatever. We're here, we're building together. And I think that's a testament of how can I say this? I don't want to say the olden days, but people, I feel like, in the 60s and 70s stayed married longer than people, if you look at 2000s and longer, because I don't know if this is true, y'all, I'm just blabbering to tell you the truth, but the foundations are different.
Right, they've been through it together. So once you go through things together, you're building up endurance.
You're like, hey, if we can survive sleeping in the car together, then we can survive this little argument. Hey, if we can survive not having food in their fridge and making it for 3-4 years, whatever, off of $2,000 a month, then we can survive this next thing, this next obstacle. And I think that's how you kind of got to look at it. Is it's a bump in the road. It's a speed, like a little speed bump. You don't want to go flying over it. You just take it nice and slow, get over that bump, and then you cruise on to the next thing. And as stuff arises, just face it as it comes to you, and just slow down. Hey, we're moving too fast. Here, honey, I ain't seen you all week long. Come sit down, come talk to me. Let's plan this out together. Let's watch our money grow. And I don't know what their financial plan was, but I'm sure it was something they probably said, hey, we're gonna watch our money grow. We're gonna do this, put this here, and see what this, invest here, and see how that does. I feel like you gotta have that kind of plan. Now I'm talking like I'm a married woman.
I think you would have a different view though. Say for instance, you come from a small, you come from the bottom up, basically what Drake said. You come from the bottom up. But if you come from a place of where she or he, they've been there where you didn't have a lot. And they worked with you. To get where you are now, and you have more than what you had. They know the struggle. They know the pain. They know the sweat. They know the tears. They understand that thing.
That's real.
And that says that, hey, I'm not here for the money. I didn't meet you up here, so I'm not in it for the money. We've been down here together. We climbed up this ladder together, and this is where we're gonna be together. I'm not going nowhere, and you're not going nowhere. If the money leaves, oh, it's fine. The money leaves because we've been there before.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
That's good.
That makes you think about marriage, period. You said traditionally, back in the day, you said that marriage had a tendency to last longer. It's almost like the marriage is the makeup of marriage nowadays is different. Like for instance, the area that I live in, it's expensive. And when you have one person supporting the family, it's so expensive, it's really not too possible. You have to have multiple income coming in to support, because it's that expensive. So I was telling someone, I said it's almost like things are getting so expensive that it almost makes it like either a man has to have 2 jobs, 2 or 3 jobs, or you have to have both people in the marriage or the relationship working both. And what can kind of happen with that? You kind of have a breakdown in the home. For instance, if you have children have to have support when they're at home. They can't be left alone.
Right.
It's just best for them not to be left alone and unsupervised. So it's like, what is happening to us in America where things are so expensive? Even cars, even vehicles.
I know.
They've been raising the prices of used vehicles. I was reading in a newspaper, I was reading an article where it said, if you bought a Corvette and you paid $81,000, because of the market price of a used vehicle now, with the hailstorms, with people, with them not making as many cars because of the COVIDs and stuff, they said the profit is almost $110,000.
Ooh, wow.
For a last year's vehicle. Wow. So this is a used vehicle, which is supposed to depreciate. So you're supposed to lose value in your vehicle, but it's gaining value.
Wow.
But you have to think about that kind of thing. Like, things are so expensive.
They are.
You gotta have 2 people working to support.
I have this not coworker. I know this young lady, and she's like, I never have enough, but she has one stream of income. I'm like, honey, you either need to find a better way to get money coming in, or you don't have to have multiple streams, because obviously this one stream coming in is not enough to last the 2 weeks you need to last so you get paid again. It's just not enough. So that is what you said is so true. Everything is so costly. Everything's going up. You gotta have 2 jobs. I gotta have 2 jobs. You're gonna have to have investments. You have to do all this stuff just to live.
Yeah. But
Yeah. So don't forget to like and comment below what you think.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Comment below if you feel that.
If you don't even have anything to say hey girl.
Yeah, just drop something down there, you know, right down there. And we love you all. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't, do so right now. Peace.
Ooh, was that a Dale song?
Peace.